Hey everybody, welcome back to Mr. Naylor's class. I'm Mr. Naylor. Today what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to write an equation that is perpendicular to a line and goes through a given point. Now what we're going to start with today is the point 2, 4 and the equation y equals 2x plus 8. Now we want to write an equation that's perpendicular to this equation here, but it has to go through the point 2, 4. So step number 1 is we want to make sure that it's written in y equals mx plus b form, and it is. That helps me to identify what the slope is. Now since it's perpendicular means we have to find the negative reciprocal of 2. The slope is 2. Now the negative reciprocal of that would mean that I take that 2 and I flip it upside down and make it either positive or negative, depending on what the sign already is. So right now it's 2. Well, you say 2 is not a fraction. How do I make 2 a fraction? You put 2 over 1, and then you flip it over, and you get 1 over 2, and then you change the sign. So it becomes from positive to negative. Now, negative 1/2 is the negative reciprocal of 2 over 1. So now this is what the slope is that I'm going to use and put in for m. Now, I already know what the x value is and the y value is. That's x1 right here and y1. And I'm going to put in our new slope, which is a negative reciprocal, and x1, y1 into this formula. So y minus y1 is 4. The slope is negative 1/2. And then x minus 2. Step number 3, I'm going to simplify and write it as y equals mx plus b, or slope-intercept form. So I take my equation, y minus 4 equals negative 1/2 x minus 2, and I'm going to simplify it. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply or do the distributive property. Multiply the x and the negative 2 by negative 1/2. So I have y minus 4 equals negative 1/2 x plus 1. The last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to undo this negative 4. How do you undo a negative 4? You add 4. I'm going to move the negative 4 to the right. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So I have y equals negative 1/2 x plus 5. This is my equation that is this is my equation that's perpendicular to this equation right here. But it goes through the point 2, 4. You can see that my slope, negative 1/2, is a negative reciprocal of this slope right here, 2. Let's do another problem. So I have the point negative 3, 1, and y equals 1/3 x minus 6. Go ahead and try this problem on your own. Come up with a line that's perpendicular to this line, but it goes through this point. Go ahead and press the pause button. Give it a try. When you're done, press the play button. I'll do it. We'll see if we got the same answer. Okay, let's do this problem together. Let's see if you got the same answer I did. First, we're going to write the problem as y equals mx plus b. It's already in y equals mx plus b form, or slope-intercept form. Step number 2, we want to write the x value and the y value in for x1, y1, and we want to write the slope in for m. Well, the slope that I have right here is 1/3, but since it's perpendicular, I want to write the negative reciprocal of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it upside down, and then I'm going to change the sign. So I have 1/3 is going to be 3/1. Well, we don't need to write 3/1 because 3 divided by 1 is 3. But we do want to make this number now negative. So now -3 is the negative reciprocal of positive 1/3. So I'm going to take this number right here, which is now m, and I'm going to put it in for this equation right here. So y minus y1 is 1. The slope is -3. X minus -3. Now don't forget, 2 negatives make a positive. So I'm going to write this as y minus 1 equals -3. X plus 3. Now the last step is for me to simplify this and write it as y equals mx plus b. So y minus 1 equals -3, x plus 3. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the distributive property. I'm going to multiply x and positive 3 times -3. So y minus 1 equals -3x. -3 times positive 3 is -9. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to undo this -1. I'm going to add 1 to both sides. These two 1s cancel and you get y equals -3x minus 8. This equation right here is perpendicular to this equation, but it also goes through the point -3, 1. And you can also see that the slope of this equation is -3, and the slope of this equation is 1/3. They're negative reciprocals of one another. So thanks for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe to our videos, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. We'll see you in the next one.